Hi guys, and welcome to one of my rare videos in English. In the past days, YouTube suggested many KTM 790 adventure reviews in my YouTube feed. And I've been owning this motorcycle, this KTM 790 Adventure R, for a year now, 12 months. And I would like to make a long-term review for all my international viewers out there, and I would like to talk a bit about the mods I did. I won't go into technical specs too deeply, as they have been covered by others many times and you can easily look them up. This motorcycle has now clocked 8,600 kilometers and I've had zero troubles with it. So far there was only one recall concerning the rear brake line, and I had that fixed at the yearly service this spring. The stock tires, Metzeler Karu 3 that came with the machine, were not great. They lost about half the thread after about 2,000 kilometers, and then the rubber that came after that, maybe it was a different compound, became quite hard and stiff. And these tires, while they lasted for 5,000 kilometers, they had no wet grip, and also for gravel riding there was too little tread left. So right now I'm running the Continental TKC 70, which is a great road and light off-road tire. I wanted the more off-road oriented TKC 70 Rocks, which has a wider block on the rear, block pattern. But it was not available this spring in 18-inch, so maybe next year. So why did I get this bike? What's to like about it, what's not so good? As I'm getting older, I was looking for a pure dual-purpose motorcycle that runs well on narrow, twisty back roads and handles easy to medium trails really good. So on a nice day, I ride trips of up to 500 kilometers, and the 790 here is a perfect bike for that. It's smoking fast on tarmac, and the suspension is way beyond my own skills when I'm leaving the paved roads and go off-road. I'm coming from track racing. I was a 600 Supersport Cup racer in the 1990s and early 2000s, and now I'm back to enjoying the countryside, the Alps. We are here at our mountain cabin in the Austrian Alps, about an hour south of the capital Vienna. So basically there are only two things that get a thumb down from me. KTM has a really stupid upgrade price policy. Well, the Quick Shifter Plus is already installed on the motorcycle, but it's not enabled in the software. You have to pay another 400 euro to get KTM to activate it for you. And they have that nice slogan, ready to race. Whenever you turn the key, it lights up in the cockpit. And it should probably better say, put another 400 in to get ready to race. So that's number one. Number two, long distance comfort. When you go on the highway at higher speeds or for longer distances, the seating comfort and the wind buffeting is not good. Bigger bikes like the BMW GS or the Honda Africa Twin do that a lot better. This is the KTM PowerPart Rally seat, which is better than the stock seat, but still not very comfortable. And the windscreen, which is pretty small, has two positions. And in the upper position, and you need a little tool to put it up or down. In the upper position, I'm 188 or 6'2". It's really bad. Wind buffeting is really bad. So I put it down, which is much better. And also when you're riding standing up off-road, you have a better view and can see what's in front of your front wheel. However, when you go on the highway with this setup, you have to crouch down really low to get a little bit of wind protection. So why did I choose this model over others? The regular S model, the 790 Adventure S, does not have the adjustable suspension and has less travel in the suspension. And I'm a big guy, and since my racing days I've always wanted bikes with adjustable high quality suspension. The price is much more attractive on the S model, and the seat is better too. And even you can even put the regular standard seat on the R model. It's the same construction. The Yamaha T7 Tenere 700 was late to the market. You could not even book a test ride in late 2019 in Austria with the Yamaha, and it is a very attractive package. Suspension is good, not as sturdy as the KTM's. It lacks almost all the electronics, just basic ABS. But this is no problem for me. I'm an old analog guy, and the Yamaha costs a third of this here. So it's very attractive. It has 20 less horsepower. It weighs about the same, but the center of gravity is a little higher because the Yamaha has the conventional tank design, not the super low tank design here. Again, I would have tried it, would it have been available at dealers at the time. The BMW GS 1250R and the Honda Africa Twin 1100, those are incredible motorcycles. And I think they are perfect if you are riding with a passenger or lots of luggage. But they are also very heavy and expensive, even more expensive than this. For people, I have a tip for people who are looking at something like the GS or the Africa Twin, but a little lighter and a little less expensive. And that's the Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro. A friend of mine has it and I've ridden it. And it's a really, really great bike. Completely, everything, you get everything with it, even heated seats. As a lone rider, I wanted the lightest package with the best suspension. And the R suspension also works really good on the road. So what did I change? And are there any secret tips? There are two things that I ordered with the motorcycle new. One is the rally seat, which I had to wait for 2 months. So I also had the experience with the stock seat. And also the heated grips, which look like cheap aftermarket models, but they are the official KTM grips. They work really good. 4 different stages on setting number 2, they're usually warm enough. They remember the setting you had, but they don't remember the on or off status. So when you turn the key, they are off again, even if they were on before. What I also changed were, for ergonomic reasons, you have 6 positions where you can mount the handlebar and you can rotate the handlebar so it fits your height and your body position. A fellow German KTM 790 rider makes these beautiful center engine guards, and he sent me one, and this is really cool because you can open or close the vents. From Crispy Designs in England, I got these tank decals. They make that lower tank look a little less ugly, let's say. Let's keep it at that. From SW Motec, I got the bigger foot and also the ring for the tank bag. I removed the rubber inlays here, which make the foot pegs about ½ centimeter lower, and you have a lot more grip when you have dirty boots. I also removed the side covers in the rear, because then they can't get scratched when the bike falls over in the dirt. And you can see the beautiful orange frame. I also put this silicone tube on the exhaust, also for crash protection. Performance-wise, I changed 2 things. I changed the gearing and made it a lot shorter. I put a 15-tooth sprocket instead of 16, and in the rear I have a 46 instead of 45. So it's about 4 teeth shorter. And then, I can't show you that, but there's the ECU sitting under this cover, the engine control unit, and I had it reprogrammed by an Austrian tuner, and the engine now has about 7 Newton meters more torque at mid-range, which makes it run a little fatter and very good to control. So it's a blast. It's really fast and it's easy to ride. Finally, let me show you my ride settings. I always use rally mode, even on the street. I use throttle setting street, which gives full power but with the longest control. This is ideal with my super short gearing and that rich mid-range power. I use ABS in off-road, except if I go on wet streets for a longer distance, then I switch back to road mode. ABS in off-road has no ABS in the rear, no cornering ABS in the front, and also is less sensitive. So this is just a safety feature, but I usually never have ABS kick in when I ride. And the slip control, which is the traction control, can be set in rally mode while you ride with the cursor keys on the left. So 1 is the lowest setting. Nobody knows why there is no 0 setting. So 1 is like almost non-existent, and then when it gets slippery, muddy, or very loose gravel, I go up to 6 maybe. 9 is where you really feel it. Like on 9, in corners you cannot throttle. So it's very aggressive traction control. But this is a 95 horsepower motorcycle, so I don't need a traction control. You can turn it off completely in rally mode, but then you need to turn the key to get it back on and cannot use the cursor keys to change the setting. I hope you did get something out of this, and put a comment down below, and thanks for watching. Bye.